following show is a paid program.
The Cam Hill Show. If you'd like to advertise your business or become a sponsor, contact the Cam Hill Show at gmail.com.
How you doing? I am so excited today. We have Miss Temi Bush in the building. I'm telling you, she is co-owner of Empress Cut Cigars, and she is really, as I'm thinking, she's really one of the only African-American women that I know of in the cigar industry. Hello, lady. How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good.
I'm telling you, I'm so excited about today. Because it's very hard when you're thinking of the cigar industry, just thinking women in the cigar industry, and women are really taking over in a lot of ways.
There's a lot going on.
It is.
Definitely.
It is.
And women are starting to gain our place in this industry for sure.
I love the way elegant of women to be in the industry.
Yeah, definitely. I think what's important to remember is that women have been behind the scenes in this industry for centuries.
Yeah.
And people don't pay attention to that.
Mm-hmm.
And bringing light to now this new women and being at the forefront or being a part of the cigar industry is nothing really too new, but it's new to a lot of people. I
think what I love about it is that the femininity.
Yes.
Of the cigar industry for women. You bring that out. You show that. You show that women are wearing dresses and they're coming right after work and they're really having a cigar with their drink, things like that. And, just actually networking together. I love that part. I love that part.
And a cigar brings about community.
Yes.
And it's more than just community. Growing up, for us, it was community in our country. So it was really that thing that it transcend all races, transcend all backgrounds, transcend all genders, everything. And it just opened everyone up to clearing your mind, clearing your spirit, and just bringing about community.
Let's talk about how you got started.
The interest came about as a younger child. Probably shouldn't say that. But just seeing it around me. I grew up in a country where the leaves were, it's a country full of leaves. There were plantations there. There were other people there.
In what country?
Panama.
Panama, okay.
And so you had people who did everything from roll, cigars was one of them, and other things. And so you got exposed very early on.
Right.
Not as much in my family because we were athletes.
Yes.
But we had to sneak in and experience what we experienced. So yes, it was an early on adventure.
I love that.
Yeah.
But in looking at it, as I've noticed, and just looking at some of your products, just as far as women are concerned, the femininity part of it, and just letting women know it is okay.
It definitely is okay. I remember going to my first lounge with my cousin back in the 90s, the late 90s, and my cousin was introducing me to a lounge. He was in Atlanta, and it was kind of taboo for a woman to be in a lounge.
Absolutely.
So a guy asked me to go get a drink because he thought I was one of the servers, and I was like, I'm not the server. And I knew then that I had to change the dynamics because that in itself was just a testament that people didn't know that we are behind the scenes. We're rolling. We are testing. We are chemists.
Right.
We are all types of things. You know, I'm in computer science, so
Right.
we do all types of creative things behind the scenes, and sometimes we don't come to the forefront with it.
In doing so, you were really, from what I know of, here in Houston, you've been the only one, or one of the only women, as far as bringing other women together, just putting more of a network of women together, just saying, yes, it's okay. Let's get together. Let's have a drink. Let's go to the lounge. Let's really understand it
Now,
together.
And there are quite a few women that do that very same thing.
Right.
I think that's just my charge. I'm
Right.
one of several
Right.
that do that very thing, and especially here in Houston, because
Right.
we have a huge population of women who are interested and who are involved.
Absolutely.
And a lot of them are colleagues of mine, and some I know socially through
Right.
cigar smoking.
Absolutely.
However, there are quite a number of us, and we are making our statement and making a way into the industry and making it known that we're here.
Absolutely. And let's talk a little bit about the fact that with women and how you all have come together, many times, even in networking with this, you've been able to collaborate
Yes,
with
you're
other
right.
women,
You're
you know,
right.
and travel
Yes,
to
you're right.
other, you know, other
You're right.
locations, because you just came back from Atlanta and other places, you know, where other,
Atlanta,
yeah,
New York, New Jersey,
right,
Dallas. Dallas was a woman that took an opportunity with our brand, Emperor's Cut, early on, and she opened up her lounge as a female owner, and it was really one of the first, I believe, one of the first lounges
Right.
in her area. She's in
Right.
Duncanville, Blowing Smoke Cigar Lounge, and that, you know, our initial conversations were really about, hey, we're in this industry, we're learning, we're growing together, we're supporting each other. And, you know, I use a lot of, you know, cliche hashtags, but they really matter to me.
Right.
Like sisters supporting sisters is a real thing.
Right.
The shared wallet is a real thing. You know, I'm helping those that help me.
absolutely.
And we talked about that early on, and to this day, she did a Black Excellence fair last week that was truly about that, about supporting each other.
Right.
There was someone that, through COVID, she has a hat shop, new Crown for You, and through that, she basically, through our Zoom calls and everything else, she basically started her hat business. And no, it's a new crown. Excuse me, I made a mistake.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a new crown. She started her hat business through our Zoom calls and through just support, the support we were giving
Right.
for one another, and through, you know, just providing business information. Excuse me.
Absolutely, absolutely. And this is had been before a predominantly male, you know, industry many times
Yes, on the surface.
on the surface,
Yes.
where you would go into the lounges and things like that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But then you have other women, like you said, and then the safety of it. Women talk about safety as well, you know, being grouped together. And I think that's the good part. You all are together.
We are together. And a lot of times when we visit a lounge, the environment is not what someone thinks it is. It's actually really a safe haven.
Right.
It's a great place to unwind. It's a great place to let everything, put all your differences aside and really just come together. So I call it the great equalizer.
Right.
From having a cigar to being in a cigar lounge. It's a great equalizer. It balances everything out.
Absolutely.
Better than a drug.
You have some products here. Let's see
I
these,
do.
especially with
I
the
do.
ladies.
I do. So in this box, I actually have what's part of our original line,
Right.
and it's actually a popular size for, especially for women.
Yes.
It's part of our original line, which is the original Natural Pleasure line.
Right.
And this is a Nicaraguan blend, and I can actually take it out of the wrapper. You wanna?
No, it's fine.
You want-
It's like that. It's
okay.
fine. It's right there. Yeah.
So it's a 50 by 5, and it fits perfectly in your hand. The notes are pepper, cocoa, and coffee. The Robusto, this is a Robusto size, so it actually has less pepper than our other sizes.
Yes.
So it's a perfect entree into our brand and our blend.
Yes.
The Nicaraguan soil has the minerals in it, so you'll get a lot of flavor
Yes.
with the Nicaraguan blend. But it's just, it's handy if you don't have a full hour, like our Toro is a little bit over an hour. this is perfect because you can actually smoke it in maybe like 45 minutes. And actually, a cigar smoke is really about taking your time and having the experience. So with something like a cigar, you always want to make certain that you have enough time. And for women, you know, we usually have 20 things going on at once.
Right.
So we never have time.
Right.
And this forces us to take the time, slow it down, and release a lot.
You have some other things, some bling over here. Love bling. The ladies love the bling.
So a lot of times when, and we have this on our website for Emperor's Cut. It's the Emperor's Cut website, www.emperor-cut.com. But this is a tool that for me, I use a lot of them.
Right.
So I use it when the cigar, you can actually start while the cigar is still full, or you can wait until it gets, you know, shortened, and you can use it to stick into your cigar and hold it. I'll just do it carefully.
That is great.
Yeah.
Perfect for women too.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a nice tool. And so that's a famous one, and that's actually created by a woman, Numbers by Nita. And so she actually creates those for us.
Right.
And I'm telling you, we support each other. So
Absolutely.
it's like everything you see here is someone creating this. I think Numbers by Nita actually created this and the ashtray as well.
So you have your ashtray there with the bling.
The personal ashtray, yeah. Yeah.
You bring your ashtray with you, and then you have your
Yes.
torch. Right?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, good.
And just so you know, like this particular blend, this Nicaraguan blend, is made in a factory, and that factory is run by women. So there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes that involves women at every stage. And even though I have 6 male partners,
Right.
they have an appreciation for the female movement that's happening. So
Right.
they really allow us to explore, you know, what other opportunities there are to bring in and use other female and disadvantaged businesses and things like that. We're women, veteran, and minorities, so we always seek out those businesses that are similar to us.
Wow. Okay, to do the work.
Exactly.
Oh, I love that. I love that. I love what you're doing. You have a jazz series. Of
Yes,
this Empress
everyone
Cut.
wants to know about the jazz series. Yes, yes. About a year ago, no, actually over a year ago, over a year and a half ago, we went to Dominican as a group, me and my partners, and we started exploring our next blend and what that would take. And we worked with a very wonderful master blender, Manuel Iona, and he basically was that blender that worked with us day and night, and basically came up with a blend that we could all live with. And that's our jazz series. And it took a lot of hard work. It's, you know, this whole industry is a lot of hard work. It's work from beginning to end. And one thing that I have to emphasize is, even though I'm a male partner of a group, each one of us carries our own weight, and we actually come together and do. So I always pay homage to Darnell, because Darnell was the founding partner and the impetus behind the brand, and he got us all together and handpicked each one of us to be a specific part of this group. And each one has its own, we all have our own background that brings our business background that we bring to the table for this business to work. So in the jazz series, while it looks pretty, there was a lot of hard work that went behind the scenes to get it to where it really is. And that year and a half or more of hard work is what you see here.
Absolutely. Let's look at some of the pictures of you being in your element. Let's see that. Let's see some pictures. Here we go. And this is you holding
Emperor's Cut, the
Emperor's
natural
Cut.
pleasure.
Yes, the natural pleasure.
Yeah, the Robusto is my favorite. So.
Okay. Yes. Let's go to the next one.
That picture is actually at Downing Street, which is part of 5 Central.
Yes.
It's one of the lounges that we're regularly featured in.
Yes.
And they're a partner of ours, and the owners are minority as well, and we do a lot together. They are wonderful people, and that's a great shot of one of their bars, the downstairs bar, which is called the Jazz Room.
There you go. Yes. There's another one.
Yes, that is in the courtyard of Fife Central.
Yes. Let's go to the next one.
That picture was taken by Andre in Durham, North Carolina, and that's at the Smoking Bull Lounge. And I was doing an event there for our Natural Pleasure line, Empress Cut.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's go to the next one.
Oh, that is actually in some little corner. So that picture is the epitome of me. I always find a corner and I have a cigar. However, Lynn, a good friend of mine and my sorority sister, and also running for city council.
Yes, Lynn Klauser.
So she actually put me together in that spot. She captured that moment for me. So I have to give her credit. And I have to give Xavier, the photographer, credit for capturing that moment. I have to give Andre credit for capturing that moment. That's me getting my Zen on.
There you go.
Yes.
There you go. And that's Empress Cut.
And that's our logo.
That's it. Sounds good. That sounds good. What we wanted to know, I love that you are in the element. And many times, every time I see you, you're dressed up. You're dressed.
So I like fashion.
Yes.
I grew up with a grandmother who loved fashion. My grandfather made her a hat closet, clothes closet, shoe closet, and she had everything.
Yes.
And she used to always tell me, when you leave out the house, that old adage, make sure you have on the best underwear.
Yeah.
Make sure you're already put together.
Right.
And all that stuff. And she really, as an abuela, growing up, she really made sure that we took pride in how we look. She said that's the only impression people will have of you.
The first impression.
As you walk up and walk away. It's their first and their last impression is what you leave. And that's what you leave with them. And she was very adamant about it. And even though she had few words over time, that was her one word. My grandfather had many words. He's the reason why I'm so, into everything with the passion that I have. But my grandmother, she kept us sane, she kept us steady. She was very even-tempered, very much a wonderful woman. They had a beautiful life together for 62 years of marriage before she passed.
62 years,
yeah,
wow.
And they're both deceased now.
Wow. Well, that's good to know, wow. And just looking at that over a period of time, just as I say for women, just the femininity of women, just being in your own space, and together, the collaboration that you all do.
We do a lot of collaboration. It helps that I'm in a sisterhood of a sorority.
Yeah.
So I learned early on about the collaboration and just what the sisterhood meant. However, as women, we go through so many challenges, marriage, divorce, children. For me, I have 4 children. So that all those things just bring about so many other things in your life.
Right.
And the tumultuous challenges that come along with all those elements just speaks to having a place where you can just bring it down. And I think for me and for the women that are around me, we know that we have to be there for one another just to be able to bring it down, to bring it to a place of peace at the end of the day.
I love that. Let's do this, family. We're going to take a break and we'll be right back. Cam Hill Show.
Be right back to the Cam Hill Show after these messages.
Ron Carter Cadillac, Houston's only Cadillac to your door dealer, delivers test drives to your home or office, like the new 2020 XT4 Luxury Collection, only $299 a month. The new 2020 XT5 Premium Luxury Collection, $399 a month. Or the first ever 2020 XT6 Premium Luxury Collection, just $499 a month. All for 39 months lease with just $1 down. Or purchase and choose 0% APR for 60 months plus $2,000 bonus cash with no payments until March 2021. Visit RonCarterCadillac.com.
I'm a Texas voter.
And I plan to vote by mail-in ballot.
I'm a Texas voter.
and I plan to vote safely in person.
I'm a Texas voter.
And I plan to vote early.
I am a Texas voter.
And I plan to vote safely in person. In this coming election, voters aged 50 plus
will make all the difference.
Will make the difference.
Will make the difference.
Will make the difference.
Will make the difference in elections across the state.
So make a plan now.
So you can vote however you choose.
It doesn't matter
where you vote,
how you vote, or who you vote for.
What matters.
What matters.
What matters.
What matters is that you have a plan to vote.
For more information,
head to
aarp.org/tx.
Vote.
Vote. Vote.
Đi bầu cử.
और वोट करना मत भूलिएगा.
Vote.
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 唔該，去投票。
When it comes to protecting yourself and your partners, all the information out there can be overwhelming. Visit our website. We are a free and confidential service striving to help you stay informed and stay notified. We are committed to a healthy Houston.
Did you know that the Republican Party of Texas was formed by free slaves? Did you know that 150 black men ran the Republican Party? Did you know that Cooney Holmes is named after the first Republican chairman of Texas Republican Party? They don't teach that in schools. Why not? We have a rich history with the Republican Party. I'm Wendell Champion. Visit me at champion2020.com. I'm Wendell Champion, and I approve this message.
Hello again, Stafford. We are extremely proud of the diverse community we have in Stafford.
We need you to get out and vote for Cecil Willis.
Have you been injured in an 18-wheeler accident, truck accident, car accident? Was someone texting and ran into the back of you, not paying attention? It doesn't matter what it is. Give me a call, Attorney Willie Powles. We'll fix it today. The number is 281-881-2457. Again, that number is 281-881-2457. We'll fix it today. Call Attorney Willie Powles.
We'll be right back to the Cam Hill Show after these messages.
Hey, thank you so much for coming back. We are with Miss Temi Bush, and we were just talking about just the cigar industry and women, and we'll continue with that. Let's just keep going. We're rolling with that.
Yes,
I love that about
yes,
the women that are in the industry. We were talking about your jazz series.
Yes, you were.
Uh-huh.
So, now that we have a little understanding of how we got started with the jazz series,
right.
It's a Dominican blend, and me and my 6 partners went to, well, actually four of us went out of the 6 partners. So the partners are,
let's talk about that. Let's just say that, let's say the names of the names of the
Okay,
partners.
perfect. Darnell Street, as I mentioned before,
yes,
who was the impetus behind all of us, and then Greg Willis, Daryl Redmond, and we went to the Dominican, but we have Maurice Holland and Robert Howard and Greg Hurt, who are also partners in the business as well. So the 4 of us went to the Dominican and really just kind of searched. We visited, looked, searched. We did a lot of research and homework prior.
Right.
And just had an idea of what we expected and worked very hard at pulling a idea into product and into from a vision to execution, and we nailed it.
What I love about the jazz series, it has names like Miles.
Yes, it does. So this one is actually the Train.
Yes.
There is a Miles.
Yes.
And there is a Dizzy.
Yes.
And it's one blend, 3 different sizes, facings, and each one has their name.
Yes, I love that.
So the Train, the one I have in front of me, is a 52 by 5.5, and it's the Robusto size, the Grand Robusto size for the Dominican. And then the Miles is actually our Toro, and it's a 56 by 6.5. And then we have a Dizzy, which is a Gordito, which is a 58 by 4.
Now, this will fit, ladies, in your purse.
This will fit in your purse. The box may not quite fit, but the box is quite handsome.
Yes.
You know, I have to give credit to the team because the Jazz series was really part of an effort that was led by Greg Willis, so one of our partners, and we all came on board to help make this happen.
Absolutely, absolutely. So many women, and we were just talking about it a little bit, they're so interested in it now.
Yes.
They love the collaboration. They love the empowerment of women. They love just you all, the ladies coming together. Let's talk about that.
Well, I tell you, even with the Jazz series, yesterday we had an event, as you know, and it was at Cigars and Bees Wine Bar.
Yeah.
Bonita has been with us since the very beginning of Empress Cut, and another great woman in the plethora of women that have been there collaborating with us, and especially with me, woman to woman, and supporting. And every time we're together, it's just that synergy. And you know, you're great friends with Bonita.
Shout out to Bonita Billings.
Bonita Billings, Bees Wine Bar,
Yeah.
Missouri City.
Yeah.
And I tell you, she's just got that really great spirit. There's never any negativity. We're always positive. We're always promoting. And we really put together a really nice evening around jazz. The jazz musicians were there. The jazz series was on display. And Bonita's just a wonderful spirit anyway. So we really used yesterday as a moment in time to just collaborate and just come together on jazz in so many ways. Jazz, kind of like cigars, just works their way into you.
Yes,
you know?
that's
So
it.
it's a perfect combination.
I love the fact that with that, not only do you promote when you're out, just your cigars, you promote other women.
I do. It's been a recurring theme for me. I educated some folks on what I believe in as called the shared wallet.
Yes.
And our team believes in the shared wallet. It's part of our scorecard as a business, as Emperor's Cut. We believe in putting back into the community. We believe in meeting those markers.
Right.
And this is part of what we have charged ourselves with as partners of a business. We understand how important it is to conduct ourselves like a business, but also use our resources to put back into our community as well. We have partners who have all types of community efforts.
Right.
For me, my community efforts have been centered around women. Several years ago, I started a chapter in my community for the National Charity League, which is mothers and daughters. And I have children of my own, so I've been around in many different facets, working on different philanthropies.
Yes.
And that's just important. I've taught my kids to give back. We do a lot of things with the Houston Food Bank together as a family. And, you know, some days the kids, you know, they fuss at me, but they do it. And they look forward to the days when they have to do it.
Right.
And now as young adults, they know this is part of their charge to do it. So when they see me supporting other people and pushing their business, especially in a time like COVID, when so many businesses are struggling to just get the name out there or interest out there, it's important for us to support one another because you never know what the next person is going through that day. And situations change from day to day.
It does.
2020 has been I would say it's been a challenging year for all of us. It's been a challenging year for me.
Yes.
But all I can do is smile at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
Smile and continue to share.
Absolutely.
I don't want it to ever affect who I am personally.
I've seen you on the campaign trail too out there with your sorority sisters. Shout out to Lynn Klauser. I'm telling you, you've been out there with her the whole way.
Yes, Lynn is definitely a supporter, and I support her.
Yeah, she's running for city council.
She's running for
Missouri
city council, seat number 2, city council at large.
Yeah. You've been out there with her.
Yes,
and
I have.
Just the collaboration, just understanding, just the right people in the right places.
Yeah, well, we have a civic responsibility.
Yeah.
We have a civil responsibility to do things at a better level, and we also have a civic responsibility. I understand, most of the issues that are happening in the world today. I mean, we have our major election is going to be on November 3rd.
Right.
If you look at our site as a company, we push and encourage people to vote. As an individual, I've been a member of the League of Women Voters for over 15 years.
Right.
And it's important for us to recognize that that's our right. Voting is our voice. And it's our chance to make a change where change hasn't happened.
Absolutely.
And I believe the protests this year have been apropos, and there's lots of other things that are going on this year that have brought a lot of things to the forefront. We've just had the 100th year of women, the anniversary of women being able to vote.
Right.
But women didn't mean all women. Women of color did not make that 100th year.
Right.
So we actually had an extended fight, and to some extent still have a fight today.
Absolutely.
Just in getting our voices heard a lot of times. So the voting is our voice.
Absolutely.
And there's a better way. I know a lot of people feel like, you have to yell and scream it out, but we have to be strategic about what we think is important and use our other measures to get our causes answered.
Absolutely. We're here in Texas, so in Texas, it's early voting. So it's the 13th through the 30th, so we have up until the 30th at this point. And then November 3rd being that day.
Yes.
I know some major states, they maybe have 4 days or 3 days, but we have 2 weeks. And we've got to get out there and vote.
We definitely do. I mean, we've pushed it week after week.
Absolutely.
We have a site, the League of Women Voters,
Yes.
vote411.org. So we push it on a regular basis that voting is a chance to make a change.
Absolutely.
And that's what we have to all understand. It's our only voice that we have in certain years.
Absolutely.
And outside of those years.
Absolutely. Especially, and also local voting.
Yes. Yep. Local voting, local, state, and federal.
Absolutely. But just seeing the industry in now that from when you started with women, and now more women are coming to, seeking you out as a consultant.
I remember the days when I would just grab some cigars from a store and just take it, and I would just hang out with a few women, and we would have a smoke, but we would do it privately.
Right.
And that was our way. Now it's a very public thing.
Yes.
And we can feel comfortable, being in public. So a lot of people are asking the questions, how do I get involved in this, and how do I get involved in that?
Right.
And that's, that's the other side of it, the business side.
Yes.
How do you deal with this from a business perspective?
Right.
So I'm a businesswoman first.
Yes.
And then, obviously, a person who has a part in a cigar business.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And just understanding the industry itself.
Yeah.
And how it's manufactured.
Exactly.
See, you go into manufacturing of it.
That's right.
Some people say, okay, I just want to smoke a cigar and then I want to, just get involved, but they don't understand the background of it.
Exactly.
Wow.
And that's important. The education is really important. And I'm big on education on so many fronts. And my kids will tell you that. So they think I'm a mad woman when it comes to it. But hey, if you're not educated, you know what they say. There's a saying for that, right?
Absolutely. 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 As far as women are concerned, what would you like for the viewers to know more about?
That there are more of us involved in this community, that we understand the community. We are professionals. We are women who have other things. We're mothers. We're wives. We're business people. We're everything that everyone else is, and we're approaching this space very carefully. But we do have a presence.
I love that. I love the fact that you have embraced that, and then you travel. You actually travel to go meet other women in their.
I do.
With them. And their new, like you were saying in Dallas, she just opened up.
Yes. Well, she opened up last year.
Last year.
However, she did a Black Excellence there.
Yes. But her own lounge.
Yes, her own lounge.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Wow.
And there's also one in Austin, another female, and my soror, Ashes. Ashes Lounge. And if I forget to mention anybody, charge it to my heart, not to my head, because
I love it.
Because we only have a little bit of time.
Yes.
I have one really nice woman that is an owner in New Jersey.
Yes.
And I remember when they were building theirs, and we would talk back and forth. And Karen, actually, she's at High-End Cigars, and I tell you, that's a great place up there. And I like the class and the full service and everything else. And then right here in Houston, I've got Tina, who has Cognac Cigars on 1960. And, many other women who are around. There's Friendly Fire over on Westheimer. And so women are popping up and doing their thing in many different areas.
I love that. I love that. And then we got to support them.
Exactly.
We've got to support them. Now,
yes, definitely.
The other thing, too, a lot of women are asking is that they don't smoke, but they want to learn.
Yes. So I do have education associated with the cigars at different functions. If there's something that someone wants to do, they usually will contact me, and I will set something up, do a different type of education session with them. The Pink Table Supper Club, who is Tan Campbell, she will yesterday, she actually asked me to do a session in November with her. So I love her supper club because she does private sessions, and she comes to your home, and we lay it out, and then we do the education on top of it. So Tan does a really good job with the supper. The spread is impeccable.
Right.
It's a beautiful.
So you're
beautiful
eating
layout.
and you're drinking and you're having a smoke.
Afterwards, after the food and everything, after all the courses and everything, then there's a smoke after.
There's a smoke afterwards. Wow. Wow.
And a pairing. You can't forget the spirit.
Yeah.
I don't know if we can talk about that, but yeah, we can't forget the spirit.
Absolutely.
And spirits for me are brown spirits. So I'm usually a Woodford Reserve or Uncle Nearest kind of person. So Uncle Nearest, 1856. 1820 is kind of hard to get. Yeah. So 1856.
So let's talk about that. Let's talk about what would pair with a cigar. So as far as and we're talking about your spirits, which are liquor. Some people don't know. So yeah, what would you pair with the cigar?
So
a certain cigar.
So I like brown liquor. Okay. So I am a bourbon, Scotch, whiskey. Yes. So I err on that side. Yes. However, I would also pair like a deep red, like a cab. And I love cabs. So I think
for wine, cab, Cabernet,
cab wine. And I think that's a great pairing. I mean, I'm not a sweet person, so I tend to not err on the side of the sweeter cigars or the sweeter liquors. So I'm not a clear liquor, but I have friends who love tequilas with their cigars or Moscato with their cigar. Wow. It just depends because remember your cigar and your palate. Yes. Your palate is different than any other person's palate. It's just like wine. Yes. You like what you like, and I only hope that you add Empress Cut into your humidor into that light process. But most people, they tend to err on what their palate tells them that they like.
I'm glad you mentioned something, the humidor. A lot of people, or women especially as well, men and women, talk about as far as when do I know they have it, but does the cigar dry out?
So it can. So humidors have to be regulated. We have a starter kit on our website, which we help, especially a lot of the novice that don't have a humidor just yet. You can get a pack of cigars, a humidor, and maybe another trinket in that starter pack, and it's on our website. But the humidor has to be curated a certain way. It has to be regulated. I know for me, I have these Govee hydrogenators, but I'm in tech. Yes. And I have them in all my humidors, and then I just monitor them. I set flags. Yes. And it'll tell me something. So I'll get alerts that'll say, hey, humidor number 2 or number 7 or something like that is you're running hot or too humid or not humid enough, and it'll just give me the statistics on it. So you can go to that extreme, or you can just stick with your basic humidor. Have some little humidor packs that you put inside of them, and I think, do I have any out here? No, I don't have any. But you can put those in there, or you can just do the homeboy kind of thing. Just have a plastic bag, which sometimes I carry around a plastic bag, and just put your humidor packs in there, or your wet paper towel, just to keep it, to modify your humidity level of your cigar. But they will dry out if you don't take care of it. You just can't put it in the humidor and just forget about it. Yeah, you have to monitor the temperature, monitor the humidity, monitor the climate within the house or wherever you're keeping them. A lot of people keep in the garage or wherever, but you have to monitor that. And here in Houston, we're humid.
We are humid.
Humid, and sometimes, we can have some stuffy areas where we still have to monitor everything.
Sounds good. We'll be right back with Temi Bush.
Back to the Cam Hill Show after these messages.
Now come test drive the much anticipated all-new 2021 Cadillac Escalade at Ron Carter Cadillac. And for a limited time, get an unheard of $19,000 in total savings on new 2020 Escalades, or pages $879 a month with only $1 down, only at Ron Carter Cadillac. Visit us today. Gulf Freeway, just 2 minutes south of the Beltway. Visit RonCarterCadillac.com, Houston's only Cadillac to your door dealer.
In this coming election, voters 50 plus will make the difference in elections across the state. The time is now to make a plan so you can vote how you choose in this coming election. Eligible voters can vote by mail-in ballot, and all registered voters can vote safely in person, early, or on voting day. Don't wait. Make a plan to vote today. For more voting information, head to aarp.org. I'm Tina Knowles-Lawson, and I'm a proud voter.
In this coming election, voters age 50 plus will make the difference in elections across the state. The time is now to make a plan so you can vote how you choose. In this coming election, eligible voters can vote by mail-in ballot, and all registered voters can vote safely in person, early, or on voting day. Don't wait, make a plan to vote today. For more voting information, head to aarp.org/tx. I'm Chloe Dow, and I'm a Texas voter.
Greetings, Stafford. This is Councilman Cecil Willis on the campaign trail in Stafford, spreading my message and my vision for Stafford.
Friendship and fairness comes before power. And I'm here to formally endorse my good friend and city council member, Cecil Willis.
Join me in my endorsement of Councilmember Cecil Willis.
If you helped a friend get a job, and once they were hired, they ignored you, what would you think of them? For a quarter of a century, Congressional District 18 has voted for Sheila Jackson Lee. And what do we have to show for it? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 13 times, she's got to go. I'm Wendell Champion, and I need your vote. Visit me at champion2020.com. I'm Wendell Champion, and I approve this message.
When it comes to protecting yourself and your partners, all the information out there can be overwhelming. Visit our website. We are a free and confidential service striving to help you stay informed and stay notified. We are committed to a healthy Houston.
We'll be right back to the Cam Hill Show after these messages.
Hey, thanks so much for coming back. We are here talking to Temi Bush, and I'm so excited. Emperor's Cut Cigars, the Jazz Series, and we have really hit a lot of topics.
Yes, we have.
We've been talking about everything
yes,
with cigars
we have.
and women.
Yes, we have.
Shout out to Mark Davenport, huh?
Yeah, I was just thinking about that because it was actually over a year ago that he said, you guys have really got to talk to him, and then you reached out to me, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And you said you want to have a woman in this industry on this show.
Absolutely.
And I thought, there's no way I'm going to do that. And Mark was like, you have to.
Yes.
And so here we are. Oh, well, actually, it's over a year and a half later.
Yes.
So that's.
I truly wanted a woman in this industry, African American woman in this industry specifically, to speak about cigar industry because it's been male dominated for a long period of time, and just having your perspective and the femininity part of it.
Yes. No, I appreciate that, and I remember Mark saying that he's a frat brother also.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Absolutely. I wanted that to be known that it is that women are out here collaborating together and really helping each other, even during COVID.
Yes, even more so during COVID.
Right.
You know, we're reaching out and reaching back.
Yes.
And trying to figure out what we have to do. I've got a few women who have not-for-profits who actually are collecting and ensuring that during this time, for the number of people that are out of work, for the number of people that are lacking, that they're getting the things that they need. And Sarah's one of them. She was in Dallas recently collecting things and just making certain that she got some things to different communities that needed it right now.
Wow.
And it's important to just find a cause and just stick to it.
And 40 million people are unemployed.
Yes.
At this point. And we look at that and we say to ourselves, and that's COVID, and it's still, as I was looking in the paper today, more people are getting either furloughed or laid completely off.
Each and every day.
Yes.
And it affects each and every one of us.
It does.
I mean, it's affected my household. It's affected everyone's household. We've all had to learn how to pivot.
Yes.
And change and reface ourselves.
Yes.
And during that process, you need strong people around your circle.
Absolutely.
And unfortunately, in cases like this, your circle has to become a lot tighter just to maintain your sanity during these times. And obviously, as I mentioned with the cigar, it brings about that level of bringing everything down at the end of the day. And I know you've read the most recent articles that we were in Emperor's Cut.
Right.
And a large part of this environment has brought about the sense of just doing things that can help you clear your mind and bring about community and bring about some understanding and release all the ills that we're charged with trying to deal with every day, but also giving you the energy to go back and fight the good fight the next day.
Right. But your industry has really exploded.
Yes.
During COVID.
Yes.
It has exploded.
It definitely has.
As I was reading the article that you sent, I mean, it is literally exploded during COVID because this is the time when people are at home. They are, with themselves. If they're not, that was the beginning, when, everything was shut down.
Yes,
the restaurants were shut down, the clubs, I mean, just everything was shut down at one point. And people were saying, well, I'm going to get a cigar and I'm going to get a drink.
Absolutely.
I just need a minute, just to really think about what was going on. And your industry exploded.
Yeah.
Wow.
It did. And it continues. It continues to be that safe haven. I can tell you, I call it the great equalizer.
Yeah.
I don't know what you can say. Generally, there's so many different ways to talk about what balances you out at the end of your day.
Right.
A lot of people will say a glass of wine.
Yes.
Some people will say a cocktail. I'll say a cigar. Yeah.
With a cocktail.
With the cocktail.
With the drink, huh?
With the cocktail, absolutely. With the cocktail, definitely.
I love that because what it does for you, many people are depressed, stressed.
Yeah.
I mean, just all kind of things are just going on because you just the unknown.
Absolutely.
And with a cigar, like you said, and that with a cocktail, I mean, just the equalizer. You're able to sit and talk and unwind and really mellow yourself.
Absolutely.
No children around?
No children around. No children allowed, unless they're over 21.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. I've had a lot of ladies say, Cam, no husbands around, no children. We can just be with ourselves. And it has come down to, I even saw where it was ladies had ladies' side, and then there was a section in men's side for lounges.
There are some like that.
Yeah.
Yes. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's
really nice.
Absolutely perfect because, you might want to have your girls' conversation. As a matter of fact, we were at Presidential Cigars maybe about 4 or 5 weeks ago, and we just had a lady. We just did our was perfect, and we loved it. And that was our, Friday evening after work, trying to bring it down.
Absolutely, I love that. Do you want to talk about some more things about Empress Cut?
Well, absolutely.
Yes.
What would you like to know? So, actually, here I brought. I just brought the Robustos today. I know you wanted to know. Let's take a sneak peek into the jazz series.
We saw that one. Yeah,
we saw that one.
Yeah, we saw that one.
And this one is sealed up.
That's fine. That's fine.
So I'm not going to.
Leave
gonna
that one closed up.
That's revenue.
Yeah,
so I can't fool with that.
Yeah, leave that one closed up. For our viewers, just letting them know something about Empress Cut, where to find you, what to look for, and so just talking to the camera and just let them know.
So you can find us at www.emperor-cut.com. That's our website. We're also on Instagram at Emperor's Cut Cigars, and we're on Facebook at Emperor's Cut Cigars as well.
Oh, sounds good. That sounds good. And then as for people that, women that want to know just a little bit more about, when they call you or when they call, they'll be able to, or, inbox or something, get in touch with you more and
they'll
just
be
understanding,
to inbox and get in touch with me more. Yeah. And my personal Instagram page, but I don't usually give that out. But it's Temi BU26. But if they inbox Emperor's Cut, then it'll come to me.
Absolutely.
Or if you go to the website and send a question in, it'll come to me as well.
Absolutely. And then just understanding finding out more about Empress Cut and how you started and things are on there too.
Absolutely. We talk about our journey.
Yes.
We talk about how we came about, and we talk about where we're going, and just educating you and helping you understand who we are.
Absolutely, and just I love the collaboration you all do just as a group, and also just the separate. They understand as a woman. Just bringing a woman in, that's beautiful.
Yes,
you all have the touch.
Yes, it's the Midas touch. The Empress Cut touch. Yeah.
What's next on the horizon for Empress Cut?
There's lots of great things on the horizon. We're always in the lab.
Yes.
Few of us are scientists. I'm a computer scientist, so science is part of us. So we're always trying to tinker and figure things out. So just stay tuned. There's always many things on the horizon for us, and just stay tuned. We have a lot more coming.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you, she is in the community all the time, especially now because her lines look. Your sorority sister.
Yes, my sorority sister.
Yeah, Lynn Klauser. She's running for office, so. I know I've seen you several times in the community. So
well, my grandfather, he was very much involved in the community, very much involved in politics. So he ingrained it in us. When I became involved in politics, it was not required; it was expected.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was not. I tell you, we have a civil duty and we have a civic duty, and I got that ingrained in me early on.
Yes, absolutely.
That it is expected wherever you are. If I'm back in my country, if I'm in this country, whichever country it is, it's our duty.
Yeah.
Voting is our voice. So
Yes.
I definitely want to tell the public, make certain you vote. The election is November 3rd, and we have approximately, is it about 15 days left?
Yeah, we have until October the 30th for early voting. So, I mean, so from now until then, early voting is right this moment. This is in Texas. So I know a lot of people are looking at us from other states and so. But November the 3rd is the actual day. Yes. But I would tell people go early.
Yes.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. And I know even having young adults in my household, I have to explain to them everything because they've asked questions. So if you have young people in your household or young people that you're responsible for or that ask or that you mentor, help them understand because a lot of times they feel hesitant about coming to the adults and asking the questions. There's a whole community of just helping that group understand what's happening in the voting community right now and helping them get to the polls early.
Absolutely. Yes. Please get to the polls early. As of 2016, just to give you a little statistics, 100 million people that were eligible to vote did not vote. So we need you to vote.
Yes. Absolutely.
I appreciate you, lady.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
I so
Kim.
appreciate you for coming on.
You.
It's exciting.
It is
My
exciting.
friend coming on. I'm just so excited. Shout out to Bonita Billings, Mark Davenport, Lynn
Yes.
Klauser,
Yes.
and all of our friends.
Empress Cut Cigars and all my partners. Thank you. Thank you all for supporting us.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And let's look at the weekly starting on tomorrow, Tuesday. And we'll be right back on next tomorrow, 12:30, 1:30 Central Standard Time. Let's look at it.
Cam Hill Show. If you'd like to advertise your business or become a sponsor, contact the Cam Hill Show at gmail.com.